Well, as debate over gun control regulation rages across the nation, the city of Uvalde, Texas, has been burying the 19 children and 2 teachers killed in a school shooting 2 weeks ago. It was the 27th school shooting this year and the deadliest since 2012, when 26 people, including 26 and 7-year-olds, were killed at Sandy Hook Elementary School. And 2 weeks ago, the CDC says that gun violence has replaced automobile accidents as the leading cause of death of children ages 1 through 19. For more on how these shootings are affecting our nation's children, we're joined by Beth Trammell, an associate professor of psychology at IU East in Richmond. She's an experienced clinician who has worked with children and families for over 15 years. Welcome to the show, Professor.
Thank you.
So, I would imagine children are asking questions about the shooting. What's the best approach to talking to kids about school shootings, and then who should be doing it?
Yeah, so, I really feel like any adult who is around kids and, if kids are going to be asking questions, I think our role as grown-ups is to be prepared. And so I usually tell folks to kind of follow a process. I have this framework of first preparing for the conversation by gathering facts and then reflecting on what the child needs to know based on their, age, but also their developmental level and their mental health, their mental wellness. I would start the conversation by asking them what they've heard or what they know, because that gives us an opportunity to, correct any misinformation. And the last thing is to, as often as you can, reassure them for safety in ways that they can continue to make themselves safe.
Should you limit how much children see about the shootings? Does seeing that on TV over and over kind of drive up that anxiety?
Yeah, most anxiety is cue-based, meaning we see something or we experience something internally that causes us to have a spike in anxiety. And so seeing things on our devices or on the news over and over is basically like a trigger over and over for us to be reminded of that anxiety. So if folks want to watch the news, I usually tell them to kind of watch it at a prescribed time where they can prepare themselves for a potential spike in anxiety. And if your kids are generally anxious, then I would probably keep them as much as you can, away from watching those continued stories.
You see children whose classmates were shot being interviewed, and you're just struck by how resilient they seem. So how do kids who are 7, 8, 9 cope with a crisis like that?
It's impossible for us to think about this even as grown-ups. And so it's unimaginable to think about our kids. And I think kids absolutely are resilient, but that doesn't mean that they're unimpacted by this. I believe that all of our kids are going to be forever scarred, whether that's just a little bit where they think about, could this happen to me at this school just when they step in the school grounds, or if they have kind of debilitating, anxiety or fear. So I think all of our kids are experiencing it. All of our kids are resilient, but we have to continue to pay attention to the cues of our kids to make sure that they are continuing to be okay.
Okay, Professor, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate you.